is less than a ghost in my mind. She's more like a wisp of smoke. On most days, I don't even see the monster he is. It's just there, something to be wary of, but impossible to escape. You have nothing, no one to be jealous of, I tell him in a very quiet voice. My voice is just a wisp of smoke, too.
I don't believe you, he says. You've always been a conniving, dishonest woman underneath that righteous facade of yours. You better not be cheating on me, for your sake and his. And you better be home when I get back today.
I nod, and he finally releases my hair, the pain he caused receding in a wave of tingles back into the fog and smoke that comprise my mind now. It means that I've disassociated mentally from my reality. I know the term, and the phenomenon, from my old life where I was an ER nurse and a champion for abused women. It doesn't help to know it, just as it doesn't help to acknowledge the irony of me being one of those women now, unable to fight for myself just like them. It just is. I just am. And that's all. He smooths down his tie before buttoning his jacket, his movements cold and methodical, not a hint of the threat he just uttered in his benign actions. The scene is surreal. It seems like we're just a happily married couple enjoying a cup of coffee before he has to leave for work. The fog in my mind swallows and accepts this, too.
I mean it, Anne,
he says, the cold bite in his voice, the only reminder that this isn't a pleasant morning ritual between two people who love each other.
Don't test me. You won't get far if you try to run from me.
I know, I choke out as I nod. It's not what he wanted to hear. I can read that clearly from the cold glint in his eyes. He wants to hear that I'll never leave him, that I'll stay with him forever. But I can't say that, even though it's exactly what I'm doing. His twisted face relaxes as he tells me he doesn't have time to deal with me anymore this morning, because he's working a big case. He's so proud of his job, of his achievements there. I wonder what his coworkers would say if they knew he got pumped up for the day by hurting his wife. Maybe they'd say nothing. People like to mind their own business. I was never like that, always ready to help anyone in trouble even when it wasn't my place to do so. Now look at me. I can't even help myself. He leaves, and my whole body relaxes, slumps down like an empty sack of potatoes, or a well-used sofa cushion. When he gets back, he'll want to talk more about where I was yesterday. But first, I get 8 to 10 hours of being free of him. Maybe he'll even bring flowers and apologize when he returns tonight. He still does that sometimes. Rarely, though. Not as often as when he first started showing me his true self. I told him the truth. I did go for a walk yesterday, but had to take shelter from the rain in the library, where I just sat for hours, surrounded by books and comforting silence, interrupted only by the turning of pages, muffled footsteps, and whispered conversations. I lost track of time. Hours flew by without carrying my memory along with them. It's what sometimes happens to victims of abuse. I've seen it often before in others. It's normal. I've grown used to it. It's happening right now. I have no idea if he left the house minutes ago, or if hours have already passed. All I know is that he's gone. I wish I could leave too. I wish I could be gone too. But the woman who had the strength to leave, the woman I used to be, is less than a wisp of smoke. Even if I could find the strength to run, he'd find me easily. My husband is an FBI special agent. No resource he'd need to find me is out of his reach. He can even bend the law if he wants, because he's a lawman. He's told